to increase my level of pissed offness, I've lost the D4 on my favorite dice set too. So really, just
Hmm.
fucking everything's coming up roses right now.
Hold on. I don't know if I want to go fight a bunch of dragons in the Temple of Elemental Evil with a pissed off DM. I'm just throwing this out here now.
I think there's no better time
Should play a
because
flashback.
an angry
Should
DM makes
play a flashback
mistakes.
to when we were all level 1.
Okay,
Bob could
come on.
gem
Would you
that
want
off
to
the
live
top of his
forever?
head.
All right, so I guess we got to go on to this here. Let's see. Stream.
It's all right, I've got my die out.
To sympathise with
Oh,
you, my
fucking
dice
I
turn
want
went
the
over
one die.
earlier when the cat knocked it off. And it went piff, paff, piff with loads of my dice. So I don't know where some of them on are gone. They've gone behind things and under things. But I've still got the basic requirements.
All right, well, it's not letting me go live for
Turn.
some reason. Well,
Didn't it do
okay.
that before? Like,
It
why does it
had
keep doing that?
I'm gonna
it
hide.
happens every now and then. It's like I do nothing different, you know?
Hmm. Weird.
It says homie on it. Yeah. Of course.
Justin, I genuinely love it. Sorry.
All right, so let's get started then. So the where we last left off, JB's Jolly Bandits and JB's Jolly Bandits had met with the Boulder Guard remaining Boulder Guard clansmen who had been taken by the agents of the Temple of Elemental Evil, um, who were being semi-protected and in alliance with a group of cloud giants. And all of you had an opportunity to rest, recuperate, and just generally take a breath after, you know, kind of a sprint through the elemental nodes, which left you with two of your members meeting their deaths. The After a bit of discussion, you agreed to help the cloud giants, um, led by Zefkir, and interpreted through Fullith, to defeat a group or a few white dragons in the southern end of the air node, where these dragons had been causing lots of problems and essentially are considered to be like the top of the food chain, the peak of the hierarchy within this particular node. Um, and in exchange for helping them, they agreed to help you. Um, Not only to find uh the power gem that you're looking for on this particular level, but also potentially more long term in taking the temple down. So you all were able to um, utilize sphinxes that these hawk-headed sphinxes um, that the dwarf Shelwyn Boulder Guard had sort of taken to domesticating, I guess, or at least familiarizing with being ridden. Each of you were able to take one of those and joining with the cloud giants and the dwarves, the group of you began to head south to the cavern, down the southern part of the cavern. Along the way, in the center of the cavern is let me get my roll 20. Of course, there's a sort of a spiraling mountain, I guess you might say, or a hill, a spiraling peak at the center, which rises 200 feet from the ground, with the ceiling being about 300 feet up in the air. So it's as you were passing down to the south, you noticed a couple of figures stalking along the platforms down further into the air node. Some exploration led you to realize that you had stumbled upon some enemies from your past, or at least from the past of a couple of you, the traders from Hommlet. I believe actually you might know their names. I didn't, I don't know if we specifically got into that, but I think you would have known their names because of your dealings with them and everything like that from before. But it was Ranos and Greymag, and also known by JB as Jake and the Fat Man, who seem to have come up with this strange name out of who knows where. And
JB is very mysterious.
He's really not. He's not a complex man. But
Fat Tony and Thin Tony. That's what
and so you ended up spending very little time. You interacted with them slightly. They offered, some discussion, but ultimately you fell back on your standard murder hobo behavior and ended up.
I think we can agree that these two actually deserved it.
Hey now, sir. They wanted to murder us. We just responded in kind.
By summoning a demon. So who's the good guy here? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there.
I do. What's my name? JB the Heroic.
And
the heroically stood back whilst we dealt with his enemies.
Wicked description, Jen, on that demon was when he
went back that demon
when it went back into the eyes.
Type 2 demon, it went back in. It was trying to stay, but it managed to escape. And let me see who actually gets a demon.
You should have rolled the dice when it was trying to stay, just to make us worry.
I did.
Oh, you did? I didn't notice that. I didn't notice the
dice. There you go. Even more worried.
More worried. I'm not as worried as I thought I should have been.
See here. Let me just do this real quick.
Poofed. It went poof. Fucking. But yeah, that was
pulled
quite
once
tempting.
again to the
That's how I did it on my own as well. When I thought when only that other person was watching. Did anybody else see me do that? Or see the demon? They did, didn't they? Took and
Oh yeah, the demon. Remember the demon went running down the path,
yeah, of course.
pathway.
I think we all saw.
The one guy turned invisible. But
yeah,
the demon saw it and went running after the guy. And
yeah, it did not help him.
Okay. We might need.
I mean, Arena was with you, so Arena saw everything.
It was like a mini special weapons test, really.
Yeah,
them dragons.
Arena saw it and was pleased, maybe. But
oh yeah,
and there was much rejoicing.
There was much betting on this fight.
And so of the demon knocked the fat one unconscious. Wait, is that right?
No, not the thin one unconscious.
No.
The fat one ran away.
Yeah, the fat one ran away. Knocked the thin one unconscious. Fat one went running.
Surprisingly quickly for his size, apparently, if I remember part of the description.
Yeah, that's right. He was running fairly quickly. And
like mall cop size. Yeah, he's running like Ben Johnson. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
We never got a breakdown of what goodies
Yeah.
he had for me, like
I'm
a
gonna-
ring of agility or some shit.
Yeah, so he had. I'm going to tell you, the fat guy. You took the stuff off him. I'm just going to give you this right now. So
Yeah.
somebody write this down. Leather armor, a
Hang on.
ring,
Oh, what? Hang on. Wait.
Leather arm and a ring.
leather armor, a ring,
Leather armor. Leather
Yep.
ring.
a medallion,
Ooh.
a short sword,
Ooh.
and then he threw a dagger,
Dagger.
if you recall.
But that went over Chris's head. Sorry, Roland's head.
Yeah. But anyway, the demon ended up ripping into pieces. The skinny tall guy, Jake, also known as Grimag, he was knocked unconscious but not killed. So you ended up actually.
I thought he was killed because Roland then picked him up with the griffin and crushed him with its claws.
I kind of crushed him, but didn't kill him. I don't know.
I thought he was
Rob can
already
have
at zero when you
Rob's
picked him
got
up.
descriptive. Yeah,
But-
well, Rob's
he
got
was-
descriptive rights. Right.
It's too late. We've gone too far. He was alive because I had him talking to you
Right.
guys already.
Super.
So,
So,
I missed that part. I didn't realize. So, fortunately for you guys, and the giant vortex started to come through the area. So you all took cover in a cave that Shelwyn and the Cloud Giants knew was one of that you could sort of take some respite in. While in there, JB noticed a sort of triple line, I guess you might say, going across the. No, it wasn't JB that noticed it, actually. Who was somebody noticed it?
Black smoke.
Black smoke. No, not black smoke. Black smoke's dead.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, I did
The
know.
druid.
Yeah.
The player formerly known as Black Smoke.
Oh, I liked Black Smoke.
Some guy called Ulrich.
Are you not bringing him back then?
I will. Yeah. You asked me that earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Great.
There's nothing for him in death.
Ain't that the truth?
Tarkus died first. Tarkus needs to come back first.
Well, Tarkus found things to do in death because he's got like gods and stuff.
Bob, I pop that.
Just
I
kidding.
pop that ring on. See if anything happens.
Nothing happens. It seems to fit
Okay.
very nicely. It's a very nice ring.
Show the
Ring of
players,
ringing,
show
yeah.
everybody else everything, the stuff. No, I'm not hoarding it. I go, I put it down. I have my Hessian sack.
It's a nice dagger. I'm gonna take a look at that thing and see if it feels special.
Pick it over. Medallion?
I mean, it
Anybody?
looks very nice.
Ring? I don't know what the ring does. I'll take the ring off. It's just in case it did something
It doesn't
immediate.
seem to do anything, like it doesn't hurt you, and you can take it off. So
I'll take it
That was a
off.
good
first.
You can
But I
take
didn't
it
turn
off as a
invisible
very,
or
very
grow
good
or
thing.
shrink or anything. So yeah, so I'll take it off and put it down. It's probably an augmentation of something. Medallion, try it on, put it straight on. If it's cursed, I'm going to get fucked out. Well,
now
So it does.
the tall slender man, who you've currently got tied up and are putting him to the question. This is where we'll kind of start. You're in this first of all, you're in this large cave and you've moved further to the south. It's colder down here too, you notice. Like it's definitely much colder in this southern end of the area. And in fact, there there is a like the Cloud Giants had described the southern end as being like a foggy area, and you saw that. Like when you looked at it, it looked like kind of like foggy, but really it was more like almost snowy fog. Like there was like a kind of swirling sort of snowy area like far to the south that you could see. And it was the visibility was not very good. But where you are, there's no snow, of course, in this cavern, but it's cold. It's very cold, like, down here. I mean, it's not like you're freezing to death or anything like that, but it's cold. Um and uh and the you got him all tied up. Again, he's tall, slender. He's got like, pockmarked scar face, um, gaunt, almost skeletal, almost. He was wearing chainmail, which you pulled off of him. Um, you found on him a small bag filled with dust, some sort of dust. That seems to like twinkle in the light. His chainmail seems like very nice. He has a dagger as well. And you were putting him to the question, and you asked him if he knew how to destroy the skull, I believe. Wasn't that what you asked?
Yeah.
You asked him how to destroy the skull. If he knew how to destroy the skull, and he said no. He said, no, but I know someone who can.
Yeah.
Know someone who does.
Hmm.
That's where we left off, and that's where we shall begin again.
Sounds like he's just trying to save his own life here.
It does.
No, truly. Yes, I wish to save my life. If you'll let me go free and promise to leave me unharmed, all of you.
Sure, I promise.
Wow.
You. He says, I will tell you.
Hmm. We cannot destroy it now. Surely this key, the key must be used to defeat the queen. Was that not
And the evil one,
stories?
the evil old one that
Hmm.
hides behind the veil whenever I'm teleport with it.
It is both what they seek and what can destroy them.
It may not be the smartest here, but if it's what they seek, maybe they can destroy them. Part of the story is just what brings it to them, and destroying it will defeat them anyway. Food for thought.
Hmm.
What say you, wise druid?
I've been seeking the destruction of this temple most of my life, but I do not know what part of this story is true or not. What you said is worth
Well,
thinking about.
We can tell if he's telling the truth, but I can just use the orb.
No, I mean the ancient story, the story
Oh.
of bringing the key is just like a trick, and that we don't need it. I do not know. I have to think on it. If we destroyed it and it was needed to kill them, then we'd be doomed.
Doctrine. Of course, you would be bound to uphold what you agree to. Should we trust him?
We need to, whether we want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
Who is the one you?
I know
Sorry.
little of the function of the skull. I know that it is a powerful device. One that those who rule this place, should they possess it, would have power beyond what any could possibly stop. I do want to make an amendment on something that happened last time. I mentioned that I had imposed a 1-turn limit on the summoning of the demon, like it would last 1 turn.
Hmm.
The summoning is actually permanent.
Ooh,
What the hell?
You can send them back with the skull,
Friend.
but once summoned, they will stay
they're here.
and at the control of whoever possesses the skull.
Right.
New friend.
Okay. So okay. So good job I dismissed it.
So-
Then otherwise they've been scooting about.
So what? Once a week or so, you could just summon a new demon of this type and just have a horde of demons.
That's bad,
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
sure that won't go bad at all. They definitely don't set to that.
Can I borrow the skull, the helmet?
The helmet, yeah.
Can I just see it?
Not the skull, no, but you can borrow the helmet, the translation helmet. Not the skull, no.
Mhm.
I want to borrow Jake's skull.
So this guy. This is Green Mag. This one.
It was Grey Mag, yeah.
Call me stupid, because many do. But before you can truly destroy a thing, surely you must have all of the thing.
I know not. But as I said, I know someone who does. And if you allow me my freedom and give me your word that no harm will come to me at the hands of you and your companions, and he looks around at the dwarves and
Giants.
the giants that are kind of observing all around you.
Maybe the
Tell you
giant
what I
should act
know.
as his jailer. If he gives information, how can we be letting him back go to those who might need him? And thus, is he not due to serve for what he has done? Would not the cloud giants like keep him here lawfully? They seem an okay bunch.
Way too okay.
They don't even want to keep us here.
The giants don't even care about our little squabbles. We're two below them.
What I'm suggesting is that they could help with this matter. We don't want to release him. We shouldn't really kill him if he does give us accurate information, because that's against our word, despite our honourable JB's best intentions. Look at our brain.
I mean, things happen, you know.
But if
I can't predict
mean,
the future.
So I'd be willing to let you fight him to the death after he tells us the stuff.
Yeah, that's the deal. He's got to tell us what he knows first, and if it's going to help us on our quest, then we will let him go.
And you
That's
will
the
follow him and stab him in the neck.
That's the best deal he's going to get. I promise nobody would see it happen.
I laugh, but I shake my head. It is not right to do such things. Really. Better to kill him now than lie.
No. I can be of use.
That was my intimidation. As I edge forward closer to him a bit. So it's tell us everything, and we might give you to the giants. Tell us everything, we let you go, and then this guy stalks after you and kills you 10 minutes later in the fog. Or just kill you now. Unless anybody's got any better suggestions.
Give me 10 minutes.
Roland, you can command him.
10 minutes.
It is
Do
not
what?
the kind of thing
To
that
give me a
things work.
10-minute head start.
The
You
leave.
could command him, Roland.
I do not wish to use the orb for necessary sake, but I can detect if he's lying. Command is more like bow down or sit
Mhm.
rather than tell me about yourself. Tell me about your mother. Can't do that, really, I don't think.
New Jared doesn't have a
It,
mother.
it quote unquote provides you with like 20 charisma versus anybody evil.
Well, yeah, you could still dislike that person, though, couldn't you? I mean, no, you could. Like, they can have high charisma, but you could still be evil and not tell truths and stuff. I don't know. I'm just
Mm.
saying. I don't want to be the one to make the whole decision.
Let us-
It's the party. That's the options. I've suggested get what information we can off him and give him over to the
Well,
giants. Is my
let's
answer.
let's
They
stick
don't
to
want
being
him.
in let's stick to being in character. You're in front of the guy, so unless you're gonna like move away and have this pseudo meta conversation, let's try to stay in the character.
Very well. So then,
Let this man tell us what he knows and let him on his way. His information is more important than worrying about
Fulleth says
Ragabond.
she kind of peeks back into the cavern. She had been sort of keeping watch, and she says, the vortex has passed. It is safe for us to continue. And then she shouts something in the cloud giant language, which Roland can understand. Basically, like we can make our
Mhm.
move on to the dragons now, and that you see the cloud giants are start getting up, getting themselves together to go back on their venture, and they're sort of looking sternly, I guess you might say, especially their leader Zefkir, in you know looking at you and with expectation, you might say.
Yeah.
quickly we must act. Giants will press on.
Mm.
What should we tell us then, and we will let you go.
He looks right at Tuctrin and he says, I have your word. Tuctrin Boulderguard, he says.
I'll give you my word that I will not come after you.
That is not enough. Give me 10 minutes at least. Give me that promise.
I look over at everybody. Just kind of
Mhm.
seeing the reaction. Any head nods, anything?
Arena just shrugs.
I'm basically dismissed the whole thing. Like getting ready to get the
10
griffin
minutes.
ready for flying.
10 minutes is fair, as long as you attempt no action against us, directly or indirectly.
Was this the guy that threw the dagger at me, Rob?
Yes.
I thought it was the other guy.
Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the other guy.
Very well then.
10 minutes. 10 minutes is fair.
I personally have no vendetta or grievance with this person, as is my nature. Thus, then, I agree. 10 minutes, and I myself have no interest in following you. Although I will take this bag of dust. Tell me, what is it? And I'll remove the orb and detect lie on it.
Make an intelligence check for Roland.
Oh, okay. In 9, D20.
Well, no, you know what? Actually, make a perception check.
I rolled a 1. Yes.
Oh, fuck, you got it. All right, so you saw him reach into this specific pouch earlier and sprinkle the dust over his head, and he turned invisible.
Well, you won't be keeping that if you're going to go on the run. So, taking that off him.
Well, you already had it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's dust of disappearance. And there's 2 more pinches available.
And is he telling the truth?
Well, he doesn't tell you that. I'm just saying that now because you actually already knew. Like, I'm just saying you know it. Like, you saw it happen.
I want to test him before I agree. So I go, okay, tell me what the ring and the medallion do.
I know not. Items of my companion. He ordered them. The ring, I think, was little more than something to provide protection, but that medallion he never took from his neck.
Mm.
He's
Very well. I am
you
satisfied.
don't detect any lies.
Very well. I'll just then question him then wisely, Druid and fellows. I will observe him. And I'll just stand ready with the orb, scanning for lies. I don't consider myself wise enough to question people. I'm good for intimidating, but that's like somebody else's department of question.
That's fair enough.
He says, you know that I and Ranos ran the trader's shop in
Oh,
Hommlet.
we know.
While there, we came across many things, incidental and with purpose. One of those things that we were told to accumulate was any information, old books, scrolls, things of the like pertaining to the Golden Skull, the Orb of Golden Death, or Yellow Skull, as it's sometimes called. So we did. No one within the town, most within the town, knew little of our associations with this place that you now delve deep into. But there was one who held power within the village that we had an agreement with. For is it not fair that we should take some profit for doing all of the work that we had done for the temple? He says, yes. When this information came to us about this death orb, we would allow it to pass through the hands of one other in the village first, before sending it on, and we were paid a pretty penny for it. I believe you know this man. Believe you know this man well. The wizard Burn.
I knew it.
Mm.
This fucking guy.
He knows more of the orb and its powers and its ways than maybe anyone outside of the temple. And he, no doubt, knows the way for it to be destroyed. All you must do is to convince him to give you that information. And given the temperaments of some of your members, and he looks over at JB, I find that you'll have no problem putting him to the question. Now see, I have done my part. It is time for you to do yours. Free me of my bonds and give me 10 minutes.
What part of the temple do you belong to? Which faction? Fire, earth, water, wind.
You still such a fool. Is this what you believe, that the temple is controlled by these elemental forces? Bah! They are but a diversion from the real powers here.
Mm.
Zugtmoy, the goddess of fungus and pestilence, and her companion, the Old One, Ayuz, they are who rule here. And their agents upon the grounds of the temple Hedrak commands the forces. All of the elemental cults are set to fighting and truly doing the bidding of those who really rule here. But they are but pawns.
So you serve a master outside the temple.
Yes. Although things are changing. It has been discovered that the magical gates, the magical portals constructed within the temple itself were not just gates to keep out those of us who might wish to delve into the temple, but rather to keep something in. The power of Zugtmoy. And with the destruction of said gates, she gained in power, and now she roams the temple herself. And the very face of Ayuz has been seen amongst those who worship within. Now you have whence you return to the surface. If you're able to make it, you will find a formidable force, one with which I doubt even those of your great power could possibly contend with. Though you might believe that I will be rushing off back to my master, as you perceive, that was not the case. Nay, I will be taking my escape and getting far from this place. For my failure to attain the skull and the depth of evil of the powers that rule above now would ensure my soul's destruction.
So you know the way out.
He smiles. I know where there is a gate.
But we have the key.
We have come across many gates, and none of those have led us out. How is it that you're able to use these gates to extricate yourself from this place?
He says, well, what will you offer me in return for that information? And he
Remind
gives
me,
a
is he
wicked
is he
smile.
is he like hogtied? Is he on his knees?
I mean, you guys tied him up. I don't know how you tied him.
I draw my sword and hold it at him and say,
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm gonna
offer
say.
you
I'm
your
gonna
life.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and hold a dagger to his neck and say, your life.
He looks over at Tuxtrin.
Don't look at him. I never agreed to a damn thing.
Nor did I, little man.
He says, would your gods of light allow for such treatments?
Yeah.
I serve no gods.
Mine would.
Now. How about we let you go and you get to keep your chainmail and you tell us.
He says, very well. He says, but untie me first and give me my chainmail. I'll not be held at knife points.
I cut him off.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm going to hold him by the hair and put the blade of my dagger right next to his eye. You tell us, and you get both eyes to get your way out of here. You think he can find a way out blind?
Let's see here. Roll me a d20, Pete.
Okay, this is either really good or really bad. I rolled a 1.
He says, he says, very well. He says, to the south, there is a chamber, a slender entrance, not far from where we sit. Through there is a gate, triangular in shape, leading to the Earth Node. Since you're passing there, the agents of the temple have gone forth and set up a camp of sorts. A place where they are staging further delving into these nodes in quest for the gems and the skull and your heads. I shall take that portal, and I trust my wily ways to ensure that once I gain such access, I'll be able to get my way out from there.
I look at Roland. Is he telling the truth?
Is he?
All right, so he's definitely telling the truth about most of it. You're not so sure that he really believes that he's going to be able to talk his way out of it.
But I mean, he's not out and out lying to us.
No, he's not lying about the details that are probably important to you, but he might be overstating his ability to talk his way out of, like, you know.
I nod and I step forward and I suggest to cut his. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, I step forward with my sword as if to cut his bonds, unless you do something.
No, Arena puts the sword away and just says, well, you've got two choices then. You can wait here 10 minutes, as you wanted a 10-minute pause from us, because that's the direction we're going. Or you can come with us and, well, die fighting, run away once we get there. I don't particularly care. But by the sounds of it, you might stand a better chance getting out of here if you protect our backs rather than attempt to stab them.
This man was tasked to find the orb. Do you trust to have him behind our backs the whole time?
Oh, don't worry, I'll be behind him.
No, the druid speaks wisely. He would be tempted to take the orb from me. Cast him out into exile into the node, as we promised. Take his chainmail and a simple dagger. Be gone. 10 minutes, and then if this man, I'll look at JB, comes for you, it is none of our business. And if you have to turn up in Pomarge and survive this event and you notice a large crag castle, do pop in. We'll have a chat. Good luck. I'll step back. So I've actually no grievance with this guy.
All right, do you give him the chainmail?
I do. I throw him the chain. I think he's worthy of having the chainmail. He's told us loads.
All right, so he slips the chainmail on. He takes the simple dagger, and he gives you a smile and he says, "Good luck." And then he runs off.
I kind of want to fire at him as he runs.
Your choice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. We'll let that pass for now.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, we're not. I'm gonna fire an arrow at him. I owe him one for Hommlet.
No.
All right, roll.
I knock him. I knock him as he fires.
You're gonna knock.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I knock you. I knock you for -2.
No. Hold on. Each roll initiative. Each of you roll initiative.
6.
Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm going to do this on cam, to be fair. So you can see my roll. Oh, dear. Turn around. D10. It's blurry. It's a 1. It is a 1.
Okay, so he's
rolled a... Yeah. Okay.
The blurriest camera.
Why can't you see? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, arrow goes flying astray. And the guy goes running off. And as he goes running off, Fullith is kind of explaining like what happened, sort of, but not like giving all the details.
Just
Roland
the highlights.
Roland can hear it. Well, not even the highlights. They're mostly saying like they were looking for information. They got the information that they wanted in exchange for his freedom and the agreement that we wouldn't kill him. Basically, that's all she says, essentially. And he goes running off. He's fairly quick. But yeah, he goes running off. And the giants start moving out of the cavern. Your griffins are all lined up there.
Yeah.
Mount up. Let's go.
Yeah. How far to the dragons?
Before we
Where do they
go,
roost?
Before we go, just divvy out the shit. Give the short sword quickly to Aaliyah. Because she can use a short sword, doesn't she?
Arena?
Arena is proficient with the short sword, yes.
Arena, yeah. Give the rest of the shit to fucking Tuckdren to carry. The ring, the medallion.
Leather armor.
Yeah, don't we have a bag of holding?
I mean,
don't we?
he mentioned that ring is a ring of protection, and Arena has nothing of that description.
Right, there you go.
So
Have that then.
Yeah, Arena
if
should
that's
have that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to figure it out. It's fine. It's a ring of protection +1. So, like, you could just put that on your character sheet. It's such a minor.
Have that.
Right.
And then onwards with the fucking. Oh, I do say to JB though, I as a few minutes pass, I go. At 10 minutes is agreed. I might expect you late into the battle then if you're going after him.
No, I'll stay with my companions. But we owe him one from Hommlet, and I will collect.
I'm sorry I had to do that, but I had given my word. If I cannot at least hold that, then what can I do?
Fair enough.
I am sorry though. Sorry. Regretfully through gritted teeth, because I hate saying fucking sorry. But for the good of the group also, come on, let's be at it. We'll come across him again, and then next time, you may take his fingers. It's fun.
Next time, I will kill him with his own dagger.
I laugh. I'm glad it is resolved between us quickly, and that it has not come to violence, JB. For you are.
Do we ever? We never come to violence.
Yes, you are dear to me. You will sit at my hall. You will be my chief interrogator. I'll pat him on the back.
Oh, I like it.
My chief interrogator.
Yeah. Is he still? Are you still wearing the helmet?
I guess so. Unless somebody else wants to.
And a good-looking man too.
Have you got a little thieves guild in the crag, man? Fucking assassin. Yes, let's go. Let's just not.
All right,
when we get out of here.
Let me. I gotta let my cat out. Hold on. Give me a second.
Excuse me.
Let loose the cats of war.
As opposed to the dogs.
They're all sleeping.
Got ya.
Oh.
Typical cat shit. Want to walk over to open the door. The cat doesn't want to go out. Scratching at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to sit in the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to ask I do ask the giants, like, I'll ask the one giant who's been communicating with us, how far did the dragons roost from here?
Not far. Just to the southeast. We'll be there within minutes.
Very well.
So, let's see here.
I say the pies. As soon as we see the dragons, I will land and begin casting. Hopefully, I won't get singled out. Which I will.
Wait a second. There was also something else. I want to point this out because I kind of forgot to mention it.
Bob, can I just say, your NPC there was ace. He was like some kind of Shogun assassin villain. I'm really glad he's gone on
Thanks,
this way.
bro. I really do appreciate that.
It was a really good villain, that was, mate. Yeah,
I like this guy. I like those guys. The traders are really neat. They were they were up. They played a role in the game before you joined, Chris.
I never knew.
They were badass the first time we ran into them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've caught up to them a lot. Your group has caught up to them. At the time, they were way more than you.
I remember the fat guy had like -1 or -2, I see.
Yeah,
that was cool. They got back history and then turned up again and escaped. You can get in the third time, man. It's going to be brilliant third time. You can fight.
Yeah, that is cool that one of them survived. I do love that. In fact, okay, so I'm going to show you so you can see. You see the skinny tall man running, and he runs into this there's sort of like a slender opening into the south. South of where you are. Yeah, he goes into that room, into that area. And quickly disappears.
All right.
But according to his words, and which were verified by Roland, there's supposed to be a portal to the Earth node in that direction. Now, I forgot to mention this because we did talk about it last time as well, that there's a rising shelf that goes along the southern edge of the cavern. You can see it kind of here. I'm pinging it now. But it meets the ground near where the entrance to that passageway that goes to the Earth node is.
So we could fly along the top of the ledge and then dive down, bomber style, at the end, fly along, dodging the laser tunnels, and then pull out, fly back, and try and lure some towards the druid was the plan, wasn't it? And the druid goes,
well,
in disguise.
Probably not. I got plenty of range. Don't worry, you wouldn't have to get in that close to me. I'd rather be as far away as possible, to be honest. Once they realize what's up, I feel like I'm gonna be torn to shreds.
Ledges are good. Ledges are good defense against flying creatures. If you're at the bottom of the ledge, it's hard to fly in.
It's true.
Yeah, I shall use this.
All right, so you continue to move in that direction?
Yeah.
Follow
the giants.
I keep pace with the giants. Yeah.
Anybody want to do anything special before you get into this area?
I fly high. I fly
I'm staying low. I want to be ready to land, basically, since we see combat coming.
Well, there's it's 250 to 300 feet tall down, even all the way down here. It's cold. There's clouds that are kind of like being created and dissipating fairly quickly. And as you get further to the south, you can see that those clouds are pouring out snowflakes that are swirling around in the wind, because down here in the southern area, it's all of the draft and the wind is kind of come up, so it's all swirling around, and you're having to grip onto your griffins. I'm sorry, your sphinxes, onto the feathers that drape down from the hawk-like necks of these beasts. And you kind of put your head down. It's very cold, and you're swarming into it as a group. Some of you move high, some of you move low. In fact, why don't I kind of get a really good sense of where everybody is, because this is, I guess I probably need a pencil. We're playing D&D.
I don't have a spell for it, but I'm going to be, for flavor, I'm going to be chanting as something I want to make for the storm to be stronger. I'm willing the storm on.
Help
me. Yeah, you can see as Ulrich is the druid is doing this chanting, which sounds like the breaking of ice and the booming of thunder.
Yeah.
You can see this, the clouds do seem to be swirling up, and you can see them shudder and flash, and little there's sort of an electrification happening of the clouds that are all around. And so Ulrich is staying kind of low, David.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
then
fly high
uh-huh.
and go like there. Like,
all right, let me look at the map. I didn't see the ping. Okay, yeah, I got you. Over the shelf.
yeah, on that little knob.
And it's rising the whole time. So like the shelf is going up and up.
But I fly quite high.
What about Arena?
Arena's going to stay close to Roland, to be honest, because he's got a lot of war experience, and Arena wants to learn from them.
All right, and what about Tuctrin, Dom? Is Tuctrin staying with the other dwarves like Nogard and Shelwyn and Ramfin, or is he kind of stick with closer to the party? What's his plan?
I'm actually gonna stay closer to where the dwarves are at.
Okay.
So that I have an idea of what they're doing, so I can kind of see, where I need to coordinate to.
So, you see where David's character icon is, which is like, pretty far to the south, but like a little more centralized. Yeah, okay, I'm pinging there. That's kind of where they're entering in. They're headed in that direction. The black line where you see, that's where the storm like gets to where visibility is poor. And varies between, 50 and 100 feet, basically. But it is, I mean, there's some visibility, but it's swirling snow and fog. Or not, it's not really fog. It's like, if any of you have ever been in a really big snowstorm, I mean, you know how it is. The snow doesn't stick though, weirdly. Like it just seems to like almost like disappear once it hits the ground.
Dry snow.
Yeah. And it's just sort of wisping around on the ground for those of you who are closer to the ground. And then finally, what about JB? What's JB's plan?
Now I'm going to stay closer to Tuctrin and the dirty, filthy dwarves, because with the storm and the weather in that direction, I don't trust being in the air.
Well, aren't they in the air? Aren't you guys all in the air? Tuctrin's there. You guys have
Yeah, everybody's flying. We're all on the griffins.
I missed that part.
When they're not,
they're yeah.
Sphinxes. They're eagle-headed sphinxes.
You don't have to be flying, Pete. You could be galloping along on the ground on them if you don't want to fly.
No, I'll stick with the party. The dirty, filthy dwarves can fend for themselves.
I mean, that's a good point. I've got riding land-based. If I was to land this and just run around on it, I get my pluses.
We will swoop down low together once we have attracted them. So, and then pull them towards the main party, where Tuctrin awaits us, and Ulrich, and JB. It will be a good fight.
All right, so you all begin to move into that direction. I'm going to say that like once you get like as you're approaching, you kind of get to the edge of like the storm where it starts to get where it's hard to see. Who was going along the edge again? The ridge? That's Arena, right? Or
I thought it was me and Roland, yeah.
Me and Arena Roland and Arena flew up high, really high, to get a kind of different perspective.
Okay, so Arena and Roland and Chris Luke and Chris make perception checks for Arena and Roland. How close? Show me ping on the shelf where you go, like about where you're flying, like how far.
Do you want me to do like a series of clicks to show you my route?
Yeah.
Okay, so I fly up high here, and then I move along quite high there until I reach that point there.
Okay. The
two scout it out.
Yeah, make perception checks -8.
I rolled a 19 anyway.
-8.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Pretty far off.
I think I missed by 1.
27. I rolled.
I rolled a 5 and my perception's 12, so yeah, I missed that one.
So close. All right, so yeah, like the wall of swirling snow and the like is nearly impenetrable. You all essentially come to the realization that it's going to require entering. The storm giants who had been, cloud giants who had been, wielding their weapons before. Once again, they have these massive morning stars, and they've got them out, and they kind of spread out, sort of in like a diamond kind of formation. They give themselves a little bit of separation. They're talking to each other in their giant tongue. Roland, you hear bits and pieces of it here and there. I mean, you're from a distance, the wind is swirling, but you can hear them like calling out to each other, which, where they're going to go, their directions and things like that. And eventually you hear Zevkir in the giant tongue says, "We may live and we may die, but we will be taking dragons with us for Vlamnir!" And he yells, his fallen companion's name, and then the 4 of the storm giants go rushing into the snowy landscape. Basically, the 3 dwarves follow them, but from up above, kind of like, maybe 50 to 75 feet higher. Shelwyn seems the most expert at flying it. In fact, she seems like she knows how to fly this like thing. She has aerial riding. The other dwarves seem like they're fine, but they're not exactly like well equipped to do it. But they all go, flying into the storm. So, what would the rest of you guys like to do when you see that happen?
I'm gonna cast a spell on myself, to the Strength of Stone spell, to make myself be able to stand against the storm easier, and then try to pass through after that.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Okay. What about so that's all Rick is doing. That he casts a spell and starts moving in towards
proper druid stuff, that rooting yourself like.
Arena and Roland, the 2 of you are sort of near each other, and you can see the druid, your newest companion. Are you still on your Chris? Ulrich is still on Sphinx backs, right? Right? Or is he on the ground?
I think I'll probably land at this point and try and like walk it into the storm.
All right. Well, you can see his
looking for dragons
hands are raised, and like he seems to be almost directing. He's not obviously directing the entirety of the storm, but he seems to be exerting some level of control over a certain area of the storm. And he steps into the storm. Of course, you guys all saw the giants and the 3 dwarves go in. What are Roland and Arena doing? You seeing that they plunge into the snowy, the snow.
Point out to Roland and say we should follow.
Try and fly ahead of them and start diving down.
Are you staying along the southern wall, or where? Yeah. In what direction? Okay.
But ahead of him.
Okay, great. Make another perception check -4.
Okay. Get back to my dice. Just let my cat out. Sorry. Perception -4.
I think I made that one with the 3 on the die.
17.
Okay, well, Arena's going to see something.
So, like, once I reach a high point on the map, that pingy section, Then I'm gonna like completely dive down into there, into the gully. Proper fucking Star Wars level dive, death dive.
Okay, so Roland starts to do that, and Arena's going to see something else. I want to describe it in a minute. What about Tuctrin? Is he going to follow the dwarves directly in?
Yes, I'm gonna follow the dwarves directly in, and what I want to do is I want to cast bless on all of us. Yeah, anybody within a 50-foot cube of me.
It's all allies, or is there a hit die or numerical?
It says the caster raises the morale of friendly creatures and any saving throws they make against fear. It affects less. If it affects all creatures in a 50-foot cube centered on the point when I cast it.
Yeah, I think that includes all the dwarves. I mean, I don't think it would get any of the cloud giants who are, about they're 50 feet below you guys, actually. I mean, more than 50 feet below you guys, but it'll get all the dwarves. And not that they really, honestly, the cloud giants probably don't really need it. All right,
well,
so all of your dwarves are blessed, which actually is sort of expected. And they're all like yelling, Clangeddon and
right.
all sorts of dwarven battle cry.
Right, and really, it's the +1 to hit is fine, but it also gives a +1 against fear effects as well.
Right.
And that's really the crux of why I'm using it. So,
yeah. Let's see, Dragon Fear. Actually, that's a good point. And finally, JB, you see, JB notices these moronic dwarves going rushing into the cloud without the snowy storm without being able to see much of anything.
Cautiously following behind. I don't want to be right at the front of the fight because on this flying abomination, I am robbed of my most powerful weapon, my bow. So I'm going to stay in the back until I know I can land and shoot something.
My plan is totally to be at the front and be like a tank and just fucking take any front aerial attack.
Good luck with that.
I know, man. But I gotta do it. I've got the orb, so they might come for me. They're not gonna fucking lure him out. It's too good an opportunity for him to lose.
All right, so Luke, roll me initiative for Arena.
Oh,
just roll me a d10 for Arena. Really, this is sort of
course. A big fat 9.
It's 3 is 12. Okay. So Arena notices, like, Roland goes diving down into the cravat, like into the area below. And it's like, as he does, Arena looks down further down the path further down the ledge and sees that just beyond where you all had been, it expands into a much larger sort of ledge. And sitting on the edge of the ledge, like basically right here, are 2 massive reptilian beasts.
My predictions were correct.
Not nearly as big as the red dragons which you had fought before, but there's something sort of primal and predatory about them, more animalistic, more less intelligent, but perhaps more fearsome. The 2 of them are like, they're right at the edge. They look at any moment ready to like leap and descend. And it doesn't seem that it seems like they were looking pretty much right in the direction of where the giants and dwarves have kind of started going in. Like, it doesn't seem like they're having any problem at all looking through the storm. I mean, it just seems like they can just see through it, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
And And it seems like they're getting ready to leap down on, towards your companions who are totally unaware of their presence. But you see them first. What would you like to do?
I assume they haven't noticed
No,
me
they have not
because they're
noticed.
focused on everyone else.
Yes, exactly. They have not noticed you.
Then
No, I can't
I'm going to stay nice and high, and I'm going to attempt to go around the south behind them, and I want to be in position so when they dive, I can dive. If you get what I mean. If they when they dive into the storm to go after my friendlies, I'm going to dive in behind them and probably leap off onto one of their backs with a sword and just go fucking sick.
Okay. All right. So, everybody roll. Everybody roll. I'm not going to give them an ambush round, but they are coming out of this cloud. So everybody roll surprise. I mean, except for Luke.
Supplies.
What's the price? D10 or?
Yeah, it's a D10, and it's usually
D10,
1 to 3, but it's modified by Dex.
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3. I've got
Too bad, because I rolled a D20 and I rolled a 1, so
6.
hopefully I don't roll
I
Five.
rolled a 5.
5. I also rolled a 5.
I rolled a
Oh, nice.
3, and you said there was a Dex
Stupid
adjustment.
Yeah, I think you're fine, Pete. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine, because Pete, your character.
6.
Yeah, so nobody rolled like a 1, 2, or 3 except for Pete, but Pete's fine because he has a really high Dex.
It is unsurprisable.
All right, so those in the party of dwarves up above and the giants down below, and then Ulrich, actually pretty much actually all of you can see this now, basically. You see these white dragons swooping down into your midst. The horns on their head, their bodies are very like sleek and muscular, like I said, predatory, almost like maybe like predatory, like a tiger or something along those lines, more so than dragons, than the dragons that you've seen and fought so far. And they're descending upon you, and you can see that the two dragons, as they're flying sort of in this, like, one's a little further forward than the other. They're about, I don't know, maybe 50, 75 feet away, depending on where they are at any given moment, but they're using the winds and the fact that they jumped down from a cliff, which was a good 150 feet up, to give them an immense amount of speed. And you can see that their mouths are open, and there's frost and ice and fragments of it's basically like, an icy breath is brewing amongst their teeth. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Just over their shoulders, you can see Arena just cruising in behind them.
Yeah, actually, you might notice that. You see like Arena dives in like behind them. So go ahead and Dom, let's start this off right. It's kind of our tradition now.
Yeah.
Always rolls initiative first.
All right. Let's see.
Dom. You've got this.
It's 6.
6 is good.
It's good for me. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, so 6, 7.
Hang on. Declaration, isn't it?
Oh yeah, declaration. Oh, we should have done declarations before initiative. It's fine. Yeah, I forgot about that. We'd spent so much time describing what happened anyway. It's fine. So what's Roland going to do? We'll start with you, Chris. What's Roland going to
do? As instructed on that map thing, I just constantly go across.
Yeah, you see the dragons now. So what's he going to do? Is he going to go
dive
dragons or what?
Dive down, so I can go. I'm going caca, and I make my sphinx go caca loudly.
Yeah, I will say this real quick before that. I should have described this to you, and I mentioned it in regards to Luke. In regards to Ulrich, is that the two of you don't seem to have initially been drawing their attention.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You can still caw and do all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, like it doesn't. They
the
seem
giants
to be directed at the yeah, they seem to be directed at the larger groups of. In fact, it seems like one of the dragons is essentially headed towards the dwarves, and another of the dragons is headed towards the 4 giants.
Okay. Swoop down on the nearest one, and if there's no nearest one, then I'll go for the giants.
The one that's on the dwarves is probably the nearest one because it's higher up in the air, you know?
Onto that one.
All right. And then what about Ulrich, David? Is you have the spell that's prepared, right? It's like a 10-minute time, then you maintain
it was a one turn casting it originally, and I've spent another turn every time I want to use another bolt. So now I've given me strength to push myself through the storm. I've seen the creatures, now I'm bracing myself, and I begin chanting once again, but like louder and more directed.
Yeah, you can fire a bolt
to call lightning.
Like right, yeah, okay.
I think it has to be at the end of the round. It says like, I don't know, it says the caster must remain stationary and concentrate for a full round each time a bolt is called. So then if the bolt is called at the end of the round.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fair. And then Dom Tuktrin obviously sees this dragon, mouth open, flying towards the group of the 4 dwarves.
Yep. So I'm just gonna direct them. Say, dwarves, attack its wings, bring it to the ground, and I start casting a spell.
All right.
As I stay in front, I stay right in front and start casting a spell.
And Ulrich is going to attack one of these. Wait, I put Ulrich under Luke and not under Arena. That's my bad. I changed them.
I'm sure I can handle 2 characters. Yeah, do you want me to send over the sheet, or do you want to send me over the sheet so I know what spells I've got?
So confused because Grey Ash is still on the screen. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. So what's Arena? Arena is going. There's the 2 dragons. One of them again is flying at the 4.
So Arena is going to bully the one on the right. She's going to try and like sort of land on its wing and grapple it with the my Sphinx beast. So she's going to spend most of her energy on trying to hold on to this thing whilst trying to encourage it to do what she wants, but she doesn't really fly these beasts, so she'll do her best.
Yeah, it might give you a slightly less horrible penalty because you have some sort of riding. And then what about JB the Scoundrel?
There's no JB the Scoundrel here, but JB the Heroic. If I was at the back of everybody, does it look like they've noticed me, or are they focused on the dwarves and the giants?
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to clarify whether or not they've noticed you or not, but they're certainly not coming at you.
Okay. Is the visibility enough that I can see Arena going for the dragon in the back?
Yeah, I would say that.
All right.
There's so much movement happening, and it's so big. They're like the dragons are like parting the snows, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to coax my mount, my beast, to head for the far dragon that Arena is grappling with, so I can try to get some dagger shots at the dragon's wings while it's otherwise occupied, because I'm not going to be much help in this fight, regardless from an aerial position. If that makes sense.
No, describe it again.
Okay. Flying towards I'm flying towards the dragon that Arena's grappling with. I've got a dagger out that I'm going to attempt to stab and cut through one of the dragon's wings.
Okay. You're attacking the dragon. Easily done. Okay, so you rolled a 6 on the die. Anybody going 7?
Hang on. Is there any mod for flying, or is it just normal speed factors?
I don't think that there's a flying mod on. Is there?
Well, I'm just asking, use the miscellaneous mod, or do I just add 4 on and go on 10? Not normal.
Let's use your weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
just normal
my sword
movement
is +1, but I'm personally not using my sword, so I don't know how it's worked for me either.
It's been a while, actually.
You're flying. The creatures are large, so if you're just attacking with the creature that you're on its back, it's a +6 modifier for natural weapons.
+6.
Yeah. I gave you the stats on those guys, didn't I?
I only got their HP because, yeah.
I'm just going to fly past and swipe one. Attack and fly down.
Let's see here.
It's +6 for foreign environment. Flying is pretty foreign to you.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
And -1 for high ground.
Well, my whole point was not necessarily to attack, but just grab their attention. Obviously, they're already going in, so it's not like they need me. So I'm just going to attack one and try and keep them in your cloud burst thing.
That was like the range of that is ridiculous. Like it's actually so this is the
kilometers.
Like this is the range. Yeah. Anything within here.
Where there's cloud.
Ball lightning is ridiculous. Like I'm just saying, you don't get to use it much, but it's insane.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me give you this again.
Oh wait, it was posted in Discord, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just also put it in the chat here for this game.
Yeah.
They have Thaco 12, 3 attacks, 2d8, 2d8. I mean 2d4, 2d4, 1d10. They're large, so it's +6 initiative modifier. And so hit dice 9 times 6, 54 hit dice, 54 hit points each.
It's a spicy meatball.
Okay, so that was 7, 8.
I go on 8.
All right, so JB flies up towards the dragon. And although it is fearsome, it does not emanate an aura of fear. So JB is easily able to penetrate its, the area around it. It flies by, JB flies by the creature's wing in an attempt to stab it. Make a riding aerial check to successfully make an attack.
Since I don't have riding aerial, what do I need to roll for that?
Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
D20, okay. I feel like I want load this time. I rolled an 8.
It's probably good. I don't remember if it's strength. I think it's a dex thing, isn't it?
Let's see. It's wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. Yep.
That's
wisdom.
You're fucked.
-2.
My wisdom. Well, I've got intelligence, willpower, charisma, perception.
What's your wisdom?
12.
So it's -2, 10.
And then unskilled.
It's a general, so it's -3, so 7. You need to roll 7 or lower. What'd you get?
I rolled an 8.
Did you get his bless?
He was not blessed. He was part of the bless.
I tried.
It was a good try. Yeah, like you go swooping in and you're trying to attempt to attack it, but at the last second there's a huge wind gust And JB is forced to just hang on for dear life and is not able to get an attack off as it moves towards the creature.
That's because JB's had too much garlic with that wind gust. Too much garlic.
You're not fighting vampires, unfortunately.
Sorry.
This fucking guy.
That was at 8. Anybody else at 8? 9? 10?
Me. Time for me to fail now. Okay. What's the skill check again? -4.
And -3 because it's general.
I'm a fighter though, in it. So I need -2. On top of the -2.
It might. That's fine.
Right, so I got wisdom 8. -2, -2, 4 or less. A 5, you bastard. Sorry. 5.
Yeah, so Roland just can't get an attack off.
No.
He goes rushing in, tries to swing his bastard sword. And the weight of it on the back of the creature and the winds and everything, he just kind of goes not tumbling. It gets a little bit thrown off balance and has to once again grip the feathered head of the creature who caws in.
You know, like when you nearly fall over on ice and you go whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. Trust me, it happens to me all the time while I'm cleaning pools. And he's not able to get off the attack. That was at 10, right? 11.
11.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that all of my attacks for this round?
You go first, Tuk Tuk.
Okay. I'm casting resist cold on myself.
Okay. Resist cold goes off.
Easy.
Is there somatic components?
There is a yes.
Then you have to make a riding arrow.
-4, right?
Yeah. No, minus.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, I rolled a 4.
2. No, -2 because you're a fighter. So
I rolled a 4.
Oh, you got it. All right. So
it's a wisdom check, right?
Yeah, using your dwarven leg muscles, you grip around the beast's haunches and are able to get off the spell, moving your hands in its prayerful motions to Glengeddon. And you feel the temperature suddenly become comfortable and hopefully it will protect you against whatever cold these creatures bring to bear. Go ahead, Arena.
Yeah, so what are my minuses for doing this action?
What's Arena doing?
I'm attempting to grapple their wing with the beast.
There's no penalties, so it's just a roll to hit with the beast, with the creature.
Okay.
So
19.
Well, that's a good start.
12. So 7.
AC
3. No, AC. What?
No, it has a factor of 12, so
yeah. So AC -7. Am I math incorrect?
If it's got a factor of 12 and you've rolled 19, it's -7.
Yeah, I am math incorrect then, sorry.
And then you rolled the 12 on your second attack, right?
I haven't rolled my second attack yet.
Okay, yeah, the first claw. Yeah, I mean, to grapple, you have to hit both claws. So go ahead and roll your second.
Okay. Another 19, so I guess that one hits.
Yeah, and just for good measure, the creature is going to try to bite it. So go ahead and give it a bite check.
That's a 15 -3.
Jesus Christ, dude. Good start. Okay, so roll 2d4 plus 2d4 plus 1d10 and tell me.
D4, so can't even pick them up.
Bra.
6 on the first. 6 on the second. And then D10 for bite. 8. 12, 20 damage total.
Good start.
Wait, I can shot.
All right. So yes, your Sphinx leaps onto the creature. I mean, you guide it perfectly onto the creature's back, basically, and it's both of its claws just rip into the side of the scales, clinging onto it, and then it just brings its hawk head down, its sharp beak biting through scale and flesh, spraying blood into the snowing landscape below, and completely gripping onto the creature as it's sort of diving. Arena holding on for dear life. That was at 11. At 12, the dwarves similarly bring their beasts to bear on the creature as well. Oh, let's see. 9, 12. We'll call bite. Cool. 8, 2 bites. 1 claw. 3 claws, 2 bites. And they go wheeling by, ripping claws and beak attacks into the dragon, doing significant damage. 8. As they go flying by. And the dragon looks enraged.
I'm mad about it.
Let's see, you got a 6 giants plus 9, 15. All right, so that was at 12, right? Yeah, I think I said 12.
12, yeah, 12. Well done, mate. I'll count initiative if you want. 12.
13, 14, and 15. So at 15, the giants go, but they can't because the thing that they're trying to fight is too high up. So they wait. The leader of the giants, Zefkir, is like screaming at the white dragon in words that are unintelligible to all but Roland, and he's basically saying, "Come and get me! Come at me!" And you can see the other giants. Anybody that's able to pay attention, they're kind of like moving around and sort of out of the range of this dragon.
The giant really
preparing
just
to leap in. And
this is why they haven't won.
and so this is at 15.
That was 15, yeah.
Yeah. So also at 15. So Ulrich is casting, looking looking at the giants, preparing to draw. I mean, looking at the dragons, preparing to draw forth electrical energies and fire it down upon the creatures that are attacking him. And out of the corner of his eye, he catches some movement. You look up, and you see this enormous, shimmering cube.
What?
A gelatinous cube.
Yay!
Only it's not sliding along the ground. It seems to have leapt up into the air and is coming down onto Ulrich.
What do you mean?
You're walking on the ground on the bottom of the fucking thing, man.
What the hell?
Like, why me?
Why me?
Oh my god, I rolled a fucking 1.
How can it even this?
No, it is
I was
not.
gonna
like
say,
you look
it's that
up
big.
and
How does
like
it
you're
miss?
like, oh fuck, and then it just kind of like the wind sort of catches it, and it's like, and it just smashes like onto the ground, maybe 10, 15 feet away from Ulrich. Um, and it's just kind of like, and this 25-foot square cube of slime is like, and it's clearly now it's in the midst, and it's right next to, right near where Ulrich is. That was at 15.
Of all the things that have ever happened, that was certainly one of them.
Amazing.
15, 16. You're lucky I rolled a nat 1, man. That sucks.
Not for
15,
us.
It doesn't suck.
16. That was actually with the die that Andre and what's that other guy? You guys bought me these dice, remember that? Bought me these metal dice way back when. So fuck that.
Yeah.
That
They
was
knew what they were doing.
yeah, they were exactly. They were trying to give me shitty dice. So that was a 15. Nobody else has anything to do this round until the end, right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the end of the round.
Okay, so at 19, the white dragon has taken numerous slashes and bites from the sphinxes, but only one of the sphinxes is actually on its back. And it's flying down towards the ground, irritatingly trying to reach with its claws to rip the sphinx and Arena off of its back. And it turns its head and breathes right onto Arena and the sphinx. Icy breath spraying out all over her and the sphinx. Make a saving throw versus breath weapon.
Save versus breath.
Oh,
Passed.
It's such a shit roll.
Shit roll works for me.
15 fucking.
Don't forget you're wearing that ring of protection +1. That's +1 all saves.
Yeah. So it's 15 damage to 7 damage. Wah, wah. That was a
7 damage.
shitty roll, dude.
Look good though.
I mean, even the Sphinx seems fairly unaffected. Because of where you've got it, it only kind of half hits you. Only half hits Arena, leaving her hair and her cloak covered in frost and sleet, but fairly unaffected by it. And then the dragon that was headed down towards Zevkir fires its icy breath towards him, doing much better damage. And then swoops up, never getting in range of the giants.
Of course.
Never going far enough down towards the giants who are trying to scream at it to get it to get near them. And then end of the round attacks. We've got Ulrich. Roland gets a second attack.
Yeah.
So what I know from my druidic knowledge, if slime cubes can be affected by electricity.
Good question.
Roll. It says, was it the identify plants, animals, and clean water? I don't think it's an animal. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd call it an animal.
Animal ferocious.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, give me like a wisdom -8.
Oh god. When we got 14 wisdom. Let's see.
14's a damn good stat.
13.
Getting
I wrote 1 under my wisdom, so I don't think that.
Oh well,
good
it's worth
enough.
a go, bro. Worth a go.
don't know. I feel like I want to. Let's focus on the dragons to begin with. I'll go for the dragons for now. The cube turned up in the middle of me casting. So one of the dragons, whichever has been attacked the least.
The one dragon is certainly damaged heavily, but you see Arena on the back of her.
I'm not going to strike the one with Arena's
literally on the thing's back. So the other one,
not that one,
has yet to even be injured.
Okay, and the other one, finally at the end of the round, I'm probably like wreathed in like the glowing that we saw in that cave, like my entire body. And it has to save versus spell for half damage. As a massive lightning bolt cracks down from the storm clouds that are circling us.
It cracks into the creature's back, like just snapping right into it. Direct hit.
Go 45 damage.
How much?
45.
Fuck!
It's 98.
DM's angry.
I mean, you guys are crushing these things to start off with. It's not great.
It's pretty great.
Rob's imagining some mega climax with loads of dragons, and we just go, nah.
I'm always rooting for you guys.
Cold lightning is
that doesn't mean I want it to be easy. All right, so the creature is absolutely crushed by this lightning bolt. All of you can see like the strange clouds which have drawn overhead, Ulrich's power emanating, electricity just flashing through the thing, and it is absolutely staggered by it. I mean, you could just see like there's just this enormous like have any of you ever seen, I'm sure you've probably seen trees that have been struck by lightning and you can see that like line that goes along it. Like imagine that like going across all the way across the dragon's body. It's just got this huge black smoking scar, and it's so cold and the lightning is so hot that it is like smoldering in the cold. And it's, I mean, the screech, the shriek the dragon gives at the damage that it's taken is echoes throughout the chamber, moving through even the stifling of sound that the snow provides. Go ahead, Roland.
So I've got to make another check on this creature. So let me just get my dice. D20.
I mean, you don't have to roll the set to hold on.
A 5 again. No, I'm determined to swoop and chop one. Only for this round. But in the next round, I'm going to fucking do something else. I can't change mid-round, can I?
No, I mean, I'm saying you can say you're not going to try to hold on. And you can attack, but if you miss, you're falling off the fucking thing.
Nah, I rolled a 5. I committed. I look okay, but I just can't. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm practicing.
All right. Let's see.
Next round, though, I am going to swoop down onto the ground and fight the cube. If I can see it, as the druid's going to get nailed otherwise.
That doesn't fight the cube.
So that's my declaration. Like, swoop down and fight the cube.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move.
Don't be a square.
Okay, so that's it then for the round, right?
I had last of my 2 attacks, yeah.
All right, let's get to declarations again. Why don't we go ahead and start on ground level with David and what's Ulrich going to do? You've got this, certainly Ulrich has brought forth some of the most powerful magic that he has at his command, using nature against these abominations of nature. And but now there is this blob that is moving towards him, seemingly mindless, but looking to dissolve all that which is not purity of stone and cold.
I will move as far as I can while still being able to start channeling the next bolt. So I don't know how, like, whatever half move is. How far is a half move? I don't know if that'll be enough.
Yeah, how often can you shoot a bolt?
Every round.
Every round.
As long as I spend, well, I don't know. I have to spend the whole round standing still. So maybe this round I have to just book it, like, as far as I can.
I am coming, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
because it does say you have to spend the whole. Master must remain stationary and concentrate the full round. Yeah, so this round I'm booking it then. However far I can run from this cube.
Or you could stand fast and hope I chop it. It's up to
you. I don't know how far can I move? I have no idea.
I mean, that's a good point. Narratively, we can do this too. Now, Roland could yell something to Ulrich. Would Roland like to yell something to Ulrich?
Roland yell something to Ulrich.
No. The spell says cannot move. Does that mean if like you can't move at all, or you can't move of your own volition? Say somebody swooped down and picked you up with talons, would you still be able to concentrate? And
I'd probably say I wouldn't. I'd say I'd gotta be like earthed, basically, whatever.
Grounded.
Yeah, grounded.
I'll yell anyway. Hold your ground. I'll help. And I'll fly down and jump off the Sphinx and attack it in front of
him.
That's what Roland's going to do.
Is me knowing that the only way I can attack is to stand still for an entire minute.
Is the cube inside or outside the storm?
It's in the storm.
Okay.
Is Ulrich going to run or stand his ground?
How close is the cube to me? Like, do I feel like it would consume 10 feet?
15
feet. I'm running as far as I can in a round. However that distance is.
Love it.
I'm using my newfound strength to just power through this storm.
I mean, it's 120 feet. Well, your normal movement rate's 120 feet. You run, it's 240 feet.
Okay, yeah, so I'm like over here somewhere.
And you can go like, faster, you make checks, stuff like that. All right, so Tuctrin is protected from the cold. The other dwarves are, you can see they've like leapt upon this thing. They seem to be kind of swarming around this dragon that Arena is attempting to kill by grappling on its back. What's Tuctrin going to do, Dom?
So, have any of the dwarves successfully attacked its wings or grabbed a hold of its wings at all?
They've slashed at wings, but they haven't done enough damage to incapacitate any of the wings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a wing.
Okay.
I could have done something.
Like have the the Sphinx attack the wing, however that works.
Yeah. Oh, the Sphinx you can order the Sphinx to attack.
Yeah, I mean that's basically
the dwarves are doing, and they're doing that. It's working pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm holding on. Just gonna have the Sphinx attack. I can't attack it. It's too far away for me to hit it.
David, what you can change your declaration. You're not.
I just realized that. Yeah, can I see like weapons and stuff inside this creature?
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to cast heat metal on stuff inside it and do a regular movement, not a sprint.
Good thing.
It's a half movement to cast a spell. Remember, that's sort of a house. Really, the rule is you're not allowed to move at all. But I have a house rule of half movement and casting.
Yeah, I think that's an actual rule. We've been back and forth on it. Yeah, because there's something in like the levitate spell, and it says like you can move as like It's somewhere.
Yeah, there's
I
some
remember.
it's a rule, but it's not actually in the actual player's handbook or dungeon master's guide. It's in a spell, and it tells you so much like that. The thing doesn't seem to be moving particularly fast. I mean, it's kind of like Tuctrin speed.
Yeah.
So it's moving, but not, and it's inexorable. So, okay, that's fine. And then, Luke, what's Arena doing?
I think just gonna continue chopping at this guy, munching on him, kill this dragon.
Okay.
I mean, has it plowed into the ground yet?
No.
Okay. Keep
In
attacking
fact,
then.
But I would say this, because the Sphinx is latched onto it, I don't really think you need to make a riding check to attack with your own weapon. And the creature
Would the Sphinx still be able to attack?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Banging 4 attacks, let's go.
And then finally, JB the Betrayer, what's he doing?
And no such thing as JB the Betrayer. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm going to notice the.
That's about That's about Jer is what that is.
I mean, Jer stinks. He definitely stinks now. He's been festering for weeks. I'm going to land next to. Well, and then he's poop now. I'm going to land next to Ulrich and sort of, be his cover if anything comes towards him. Which means
okay, so you're kind of doing similar to what Roland is doing.
Yeah.
There is the giant gelatinous cube there.
Yeah, I'm also going to aim at the cube, but I'm mainly going to be down so I can fire arrows and not have to worry about falling.
They say
plus, I'm on my Sphinx, and I can just fly away if it gets too close.
Wealth safety when using a bow.
You have fought the gelatinous cube before. It was much smaller, but your weapons did affect it.
Mm-hmm.
So you do kind of recall that. All right,
that's actually I have 3 doses of poison to poison arrows with. I don't know if that works on cubes, but I'm willing to try.
All right, why don't you go ahead and roll the initiative this time, Pete?
All right. Oh, little money. I rolled a 1. Look at that.
Oh.
And that means I go on.
All right, you guys have got a 1.
6.
So
5.
2.
On 6.
Arena goes on 2.
Booyah.
Oof.
I go on 5.
Sphinxes go on 7.
Yeah. AC 5.
That is not going to be enough to.
Yeah.
Arena's bludgeoning it with its sword, but just unable to get through its solid white scales. Moving on to 3, 4, 5.
Alley up.
All right.
Swoop.
Roland comes swooping down between Ulrich and the gelatinous cube and does what?
Leaps off the beast and attacks with his sword one-handed.
All right, make a tumbling check.
With his shield. Haha. Thanks.
So you get a free 10-foot jump.
A 9.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, expertly leaps off of the creature's back, does a little tumble, and go ahead and roll the hit.
That's it. Okay, D20. An 18. That's well in.
Oh yeah. And make sure you give yourself a tick mark for non-weapon proficiency on tumbling on that, because you wouldn't have been able to do that without tumbling.
I haven't had a check for ages. Right.
All right.
I think damage. Shit,
how much?
Was it?
Yeah, damage.
Is he large?
Oh yeah.
So one-handed, large.
It's as big as it is, right? And I've drawn it.
It's 25 by 25 feet cube.
D12.
It's enormous.
3. 3 plus 8. 11. I have that though.
I've done it way too big.
Okay.
chop that cube. And then I get a second attack whenever you say. I've got 2 attacks around.
Same hand?
Yeah.
It's at the end of the round then, if it's the same hand. All right. And then David, does Ulrich go now too? 5 at 5 as well?
I go in 6 casting the spell, but unless I can unless I can get my griffin to attack it for me.
Oh wait, Roland. Oh no, yeah. The Griffin goes on 7.
Okay.
The Griffin's going 7.
Yeah. Remind me. In fact, I'll keep that in my head. 7.
Yeah, I'll tell everybody when it's Griffin's turn. All right, so 6.
I go on
6 I cast.
So
heat metal. Nothing happens on the first round of heat metal.
Yeah. What and JB's
Wait,
on
are you heating the metal inside the cube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's boss. Love it.
Yeah,
I know, I love it too. Heat metal's a cool spell. It's really underrated.
I'd never have thought of it.
That's how we killed the wyvern back in the day, or at least how we started. I stabbed it in the
spell is very
talon
underrated. Very useful.
All right, I'm firing a poisoned arrow into the cube. I don't know if poison will hurt it, but we are firing, and I rolled a 16. That will hit a AC of 0.
Okay, the arrow plunges into it. And what's the poison do?
The poison just wrote down 1d3 damage. I don't know if he's got to make a save or anything of the sort. We've had this for literal years. Well, so I'm guessing I roll damage and then I roll a d6 for the poison damage, or a d3 for.
Where did you get this poison?
I have no idea.
Is it the griffin poison from like a million years ago?
Is it wyvern poison?
Wyvern, yeah, wyvern poison.
Maybe.
I can't.
I feel like it's wyvern poison.
It sounds like something I remember. So yeah,
I'd
say so.
Damage, are you sure it's not save versus death? And then
that's what I'm wondering.
Take 1d3 if you don't. It wasn't one with Ravnosad. Did you get it from the moat house?
I really should have.
Did you get it?
Where I
bet it was one of the temple assassins. I bet it was really early when we fought that mega temple assassin.
Yeah, that's why I've got
written down
the name of where we got everything above all the lists of stuff. So
this is on my sheet instead of on one of my additional notepads. So this is back when I was not. I got this written down directly below the winch crank from the moat house. So
there you go.
It's been a long time ago. Yeah.
I bet it's Lolth, not Lolth. What's his name? What's his name? Smiley face.
The
poison master that killed him with his trap.
The guy in the moat house.
The beautiful one, Lareth.
Oh, him.
Yes, that was it.
There you go.
All right, let me see. Because wyvern poison does a d6 or die.
Loot.
Yeah, just give the GM a chance there. He'll have a quick mooch, won't he?
It won't take me long.
Because he might have said something along the lines of, I'm not telling you what it does, but it's a poison. So winch, yeah. Lareth sounds like a proper link. Because other than that, the only other poisons we got was a potion of poison? And you had a dagger that you could stab people. And occasionally,
that's every dagger.
Wasn't the dagger the wyvern dagger or some shit?
No, he had a dagger.
There was a poison dagger.
People.
Yeah, there was a poison dagger. I remember that.
There's a dagger.
He used the last charge, didn't he?
I don't know. I thought it did it automatically because it was a magic dagger. I didn't realise you had to load it.
All right, well, let me roll. Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, it was.
I can't find the poison.
Just roll a random injection poison, then, bro. That's what I do. That's fair, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I remembered I had it, and I was like, I don't know if these things are affected by it, so we're gonna try.
Worth a shot, man.
Yeah, and it was a shot that hit.
Yeah, and then he failed his saving throw, so.
Oh, okay, then it's wyvern poison. Save versus death.
I didn't know it could. I wouldn't have thought the slime could be poisoned. That's funny.
No, I had the wyvern stinger that I stabbed the earth elemental with, but that thing made it save, so it didn't kill it. And that only had one
Oh yeah.
We can't talk
to
too much about death poisons. It brings back bad memories about losing one of my favorite characters.
Well, David would recall when we've discussed this before, the guy who got brought back to life, but they never took the poison out of his body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good times.
He failed to save it through.
It's classic, that is. Classic level.
That's such a classic D&D trope. All right, let's see here. Poison. I gotta go on the first edition. Master's Guide, which I can barely read anymore. Here, let's see. Poison.
It's moot if the slime is immune to poison.
It's not.
Oh,
it doesn't say it is. So it got a whole bunch of immunities, but poison is not one of them.
Classic. Go on, JB. You itch finder general. Itch, itch. Not witch, itch. Are you up for that then? If I name and become 9th, will you have a thieves guild at my fucking crag castle that you send out to do vicious missions?
No.
Damn you.
You just can't get the thieves these days.
I know. I've got a fucking wizard lined up. Fucking Greyhawk is coming back. He'll now be called White Cloud. It's been Grey Ash. It's Black Smoke. It'll be White Cloud next. Third incarnation. White Cloud.
All right. Is it insinuative? What does that say? Is that what it is?
Insinuation.
Roll me percentile, Pete.
A percentile. All right.
Just one of them, not the other half.
Injection. It's injection, isn't it? Oh, that's what you mean. You got insinuation poison. That's touch.
46.
There's only 2 different types of poisons listed here. There's ingestive and insinuative.
Yeah, that's ingestion's eating. Insinuative touching. Like through your skin.
I mean but that could sort of qualify for both with a cube.
An injection is a direct stab.
There's definitely other poisons.
I think they have different saves if they're applied differently. Like you can use an injection in like to drug, like to put in a drink and opposite. But
how much damage did you do, Pete? With
I did 5 points of damage
with your arrow. Okay. Okay.
Grunig is best. Go Jim.
Okay, I've got it.
Never seen a cube poison before. I've been playing D&D a long time.
If the poison didn't kill it, the arrow definitely didn't kill it. But
Schlup. Definitely.
So yeah, the arrow plunges into it. You can see the arrow go into it, and then you see like these sort of little black tendrils off the tip of the arrow. It seemed to be sort of extending out and moving into the creature's like circulatory system, for whatever that means. That was at something like 6 or something like that.
That was at 6.
All right, so 7, the sphinxes all go. So Roland's got a sphinx. Ulrich has a sphinx. Tuctrin has a sphinx. And then 3 dwarves have sphinxes. So I'll do the dwarves and everybody else do theirs.
Okay.
Thakko 12, aren't they?
And also Ulrich.
12, yeah.
Yeah, they're Thakko. Yeah, they're Thakko 12. That's right.
Is mine going as well, even though we're just hanging by Ulrich?
Yeah.
Does mine go even though I bombed down and gambled?
I rolled a 19, so I'm guessing I hit.
Okay.
All of you can the stats are in the chat, and I have to do attacks on my end, so I need you guys to take care of your own attacks this round, okay?
So come on, guys. Let's stack out 12, 3 attacks. We can do it. Just register your hit dice. What I see you hit. 3d20s.
12.
Yeah. So I scored a 3, which is nothing. An 8, which is 4, nothing, 19, and a 14. Sorry, I'm class 2.
And a 16.
So just record that
in
anyway.
AC 2.
So I hit AC -4, -5, and -7.
Claw is 8.
Is AC 2 hit, Bob?
That's like nothing. That's probably worth miss. And bite is, oh my god, these are the worst rolls ever. Mine does fuck all, unless it's got like no AC.
His AC 8.
8. My best roll was an 8.
Mine hit 3 times.
Yes.
I was going to say, yeah.
I don't think I hit.
If you rolled an 8 and its stack was 12, that's AC 4.
Yeah, I hit twice then. Once for the claw, once for the bite.
I hit the dragon. Well, AC 2 on the dragon.
AC 8, I think that one also hits.
Dragon, you do not hit with AC 2.
Okay.
I think I hit twice. I hit one with the claw and one with the bite.
No.
If the AC 8 for the slime.
When you say chat in this or chat in Discord?
This chat.
Oh yeah, damage, right.
Dom, how did your guy do against the...
I hit with both claws and missed completely with the bite.
How much damage?
So I did AC -1, and then an AC 5. So the first claw did 7, and the second claw did 5.
2d4 for a claw and d10 for a bite. Okay.
And then what did Arena?
Arena missed them all.
Okay. Okay. When does Arena go with her regular attack?
She's already gone. She went on 2.
Right. Forgot about that. And then let's see here. Let's go over to. I'll go back to the cubes and just cube damage in just a second.
Okay.
Tuctrin. Well, you don't often get to do this. Dom, go ahead and describe your kill. You had exactly 12 hit points left.
Ah, perfect. So we're all swarming around this dragon, and I just come in for this strafe to try to just disable its wing. And I direct the Sphinx down, and we just claw right through it, just severing the wing completely off the dragon. Like taking a wing off of a fighter jet in Top Gun, just...
Or make a dex check, Arena. Luke, for Arena.
Of course. Epic fail. Natural 20.
Oh no.
Okay. The
flat spin.
The wing goes flipping off into the snowy landscape, and the Sphinx tries to leap off, but is sort of caught up in the dragon's scales. And Arena is trying to get free as well. And seems, because of all the rolling, gets sort of caught underneath the Sphinx's body and can't get free. And the dragon goes spinning to the ground and crashes into the stony bottom of the cavern. And Arena takes 38 points of damage.
Oh, curse my damn party. 38, you say?
You rolled a 20, dude, so...
Yeah, no, I'm just confirming that's what you said.
What can I say?
Going down like Spitfire.
Yeah, since it was a 20, I was like, man, that's...
Rolling Lancaster bomber.
Arena's dead.
Really?
Minus
no way.
12.
Oh my
god.
Damn.
I'm going through them thick and fast. Let's start
Move over, Targus.
This is why you don't ride on top of dragons.
Exactly.
Hey, who set up the 20 initial? Yeah, you're welcome. I gave my life for a good cause.
That's what you get for doing something heroic.
See?
Yeah, JB.
That's what JB says. See, that's what you get.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go over to the cube. Long live Arena. May she rest in peace. All 3 sessions she was a part of.
I barely knew them.
Yeah. May she rest in pieces.
So Roland, Ulrich, JB, the 3 of you on the cube, with your creatures. Tell me what happened.
My claw hit for 4, and my bite hit for 2.
Wow, that's shit.
It.
Yeah.
It doesn't like getting its claws all oily.
My one clawed it for 5 and bit it for 4.
Okay.
My claws combined to hit it for 15 and bite for 5.
It's hard to tell what kind of damage you might be doing to this thing. But there does seem to be pieces ripped out. It's quivering madly. It has no intelligence, so you're not really sure what it's thinking, but it's disturbing in the way that it's moving. And you can see that black lines that seem to emanate from the tip of the arrow are just extending and expanding. And the hole through which the shaft of the arrow went through, it too is getting worse.
So like the cube body isn't closing around the arrow hole? Or is it like sticking out a little bit?
No, it is, but the line that it went through, which I kind of imagine would have like there'd be some poison there, you know what I mean? Like,
all right,
it seems infected is what I'm saying. I'm just kind of trying to be narrative and
that's cool. I'm just looking for the visual. I just want to make sure I see it.
And then so that was at 7.
7. Yeah.
8,
7.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
When does heat metal go?
I should just. It went ages ago, but it takes like rounds. I should have just stabbed the thing. I was thinking it was the massive one. I thought it was like the 200-foot cube, but it was actually just a smaller cube.
Yeah, it's not the massive one. It's another large but not enormous.
It's an offspring.
I was jump scared by a cube from the sky and reacted poorly.
Raining cubes, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's not in the druid training, you know.
No.
They're gonna have to add cubology to the druid curriculum. All right, so the thing at 15, the dragon and the big cube go. The cube goes rolling towards Roland, who kind of stands in its way, attempting to kind of roll over top of him.
Yep.
This is what I wanted.
Here we go.
I'm trying to use my shield and roll somehow. Hey! I am AC Monastery.
Roland easily moves out of the way. I rolled a fucking 2. There's no chance. Would the 2
should have stayed still.
20 as well, which is really annoying. All right, so the thing is like shaking and moving around. Roland just takes a couple steps to the side and bashes it with his shield to get out.
That's it. Get back.
And the remaining dragon, which took a massive lightning bolt strike, goes swooping into the storm to escape.
Of course.
And the storm, the cloud giants, who I'd mentioned before, had like were carrying like, I guess you might call them packs or whatever. You see them. They're also at 15. Start reaching into these packs, and to them they look like
just throwing stones,
small stones. But to you, all they're boulders. And they reach in and they just start chucking them at the dragon that's trying to fly away.
I'll do it.
Cloud giants are like 28 foot in that. 25. They're one of the tallest giants.
Yeah, they're 25. They're 24 feet, but yeah.
That's like higher than a house. Proper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. All 3 stones fly. Wait, 4. There's 4. What am I talking about? Of course, I'm rolling great for them. So 3 of the stones go swarming through the air, hitting various parts. One hits a wing, one smacks off of its tail, another one off of its front claw, battering and bruising this thing. And then finally, the 4th one, as the dragon looks back at his enemies, just crushes the thing right in its face. Let's see if it can survive this. All right. And with the last stone, as it flies across the sky, you can just see it hits the dragon's head, and the dragon's head just snaps back. And a huge chunk of its lower jaw just goes flying off into the snowy swirling. And it's just gaping, fleshy, dripping blood maw. And it kind of staggers, flying sort of in the air for a bit before it kind of starts to swirl down and then loses control of its flight and goes crashing into the ground, dead, the second having perished. Anybody else got into the round attacks?
No, I've got an round attack.
Do it. I have another shot as well. But I'm also going to look around and see if I see Jake anywhere.
That'd be tricky. That'd be tricky.
Go on then, JB, you before me with missile.
Okay. Yeah. And that is an 18. That would hit an AC negative.
Yeah, you're fine. His AC negative.
An AC negative. Yeah, -2.
It's not hard to hit a giant 25-foot slow gelatinous cube.
One would think. And that is 1 point of damage. So I took off the little top corner.
Dab. Dab on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Roland.
TCP. Okay. 16. Yeah, so that's a hit. A D12 plus 8. That's my D12. A 6. Is it dot? No, that's a 9, isn't it? Yeah, 9 because the dot's at the bottom of the curly. Okay, so that's 9 plus 8, 17.
You guys, describe your kill, man.
I leap forward.
Look when you kill a gelatinous cube.
And I cut like a mad central fucking thing, like a little crevice thing that just splits into the poison section where the veins were. And then I push forward and cleave into it as loads of goo goes everywhere. It flops, nearly half cut, but not quite. It flops to one side, 2/3 cut open.
The giants raise their arms and scream in triumph.
I look over at Roland and say, "You're lucky I softened that thing up for you."
Most of them don't understand the common tongue.
I said that to Roland.
For 2?
I shouted to the dragon. There was only 2 of them.
Fellas says, there are more. There are 2 more. But we have killed 2 of them now. 2 others, we believe, delve deeper. But we have won this battle for now.
Let's just fight. We should. Are they close? Can we fight them while we are still under the effects of our magics?
They are. We must defeat them. The giants begin to move about a bit.
Okay.
And actually, I'll say this, that the storm starts to kind of clear up a little. I mean, there's still a storm, but
yeah.
Like the impenetrable storm cloud of it begins to dissipate a bit.
I might lose the cold lightning depending on how long it takes. It
I
was
stay on foot.
7 rounds it was from when I started.
If foot makes them come down and attack us easier, then I stay on foot and move forward into the storm.
I'm actually gonna go look for Arena.
Already wants to pilfer.
Yeah, I mean, you see Arena there, lying dead next to the dragon's body.
But like in the distance, in the buffeting wind.
Yeah, does Arena have anything good on
her? All of the stuff that she had on her to begin with.
Nothing at all.
There's 3 short swords, one of them +2, one +1. There's +2 chainmail, some flight arrows you might like.
Oh yeah,
There's
I'm taking the
protection.
Flight arrows.
There's a ring of warmth, which is why she wasn't bothered by the cold out here.
Yeah, I'm taking the arrows because there's no reason to leave good arrows behind.
So we stalk forward, Bob, through the snow to the corpse of the dragon and Arena. And look for any more attacks. Tuctron, say a prayer for the dead again.
Have we so we're all landed and everything, there's nothing attacking us, right? Just want to make double sure there's nothing. I'm gonna look around before I do anything.
But an astute observer might notice that the DM has not changed away from the action music.
You're right, which is why I'm looking around, seeing if anything is about to accost us.
Yeah, I'm trying to see something. If there's anything.
So do I make a perception check or?
Yeah, you guys can make a perception check.
I actually don't hear the battle music, so that was my thing.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a 15, so unless there's a penalty, I made it.
So yeah. Okay. So JB, so who made this? Who made their perception checks? Everybody can.
I rolled a 19.
That's a fail.
I made mine.
And
I deliberately failed
on it. What'd you get, Roland? What did Roland get?
I just deliberately fail. I just look at Arena and don't make check.
And Arena's gone. So the so Tuctron, well, okay, first of all, JB notices that like he kind of looks up and you can see the dragon, is there, Arena's there, and you look and JB just happens to sort of glance up and you can see like where there was some stone and like some of the ledge up above was torn apart and ripped apart, and down at the base just below that where the dragons had sort of leapt off of that ledge, there's some coins and such intermixed in with the dirt. Make an intelligence check for JB.
Dibs.
Intelligence check.
Much. What is my intelligence? 14. Not terrible. Roll the 12. Just made it.
All right, so JB is able to deduce that they likely slid down from up above. Like there might
silver
be up there.
Rise.
I mean, that's pretty far up. That's 75 feet. No, 150 feet up. Did I say 150 feet up? It's 150 feet up. So it's way the fuck up there. It's like a cliff, you know.
I got a sphinx with wings.
The in the other direction, to the north, Tuctrin, like the other dwarves are kind of milling about with Tuctrin, and Tuctrin, looking up there, you can see that there are Tuctrin notices that while the smoke, the ice and the snow kind of had dissipated some. I mean, it's like still cold down here. Maybe there's like some flurries. The clouds still exist and everything like that. But there is a kind of like you know, like when your breath is hot and you breathe out and there's like that steam, you know, you see the cold. It seems to be like flowing out of the northern passageway like that. There's this like sort of cold wave that's descending down from the passageway. That's the wide passageway to the north. And as he notices this, two more these white dragons come swooping out of that open passageway down towards you and your party.
Oh, no.
All right, so I'm gonna pause. We're gonna stop right here. There's no way. This is too long to get through this battle. I think this is a good place. Everybody keep your hit points where you're at. Keep your spells.
It's about to get bad.
There's gonna be the
That's fine.
Phase 2 is about to begin. So keep everything in. Well, I'll give you all the XP next time because it's all, you know, sort of
good session.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. That was fun. That was
definitely
really good battle.
I wonder what random character is going to show up that was just hiding in the snow to ambush these dragons. AKA
he's playing as one of the dragons.
A frost barbarian.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
I'll play both the dragons.
There's a good. I'm just gonna. I don't want to. I'm not trying to play spoiler here, but you got a good shot of bringing back one character next session.
Chair.
I don't know if it's going to be a. I don't think Arena. Is it going to be Greyhawk or is it going to be Arena?
Chair.
It's going to be Jer.
Just to kill him again.
I mean, assuming you win, you'll probably get access to one opportunity to bring someone back to life. But I don't know if it would be Arena who would get the nod.
Not over Greyash.
We might have to sew up. We might have to sew some parts back onto Greyash to bring him back.
Man, I'm so sorry, Luke.
He might just bleed out.
No, it's absolutely. It's part of the game. I love it.
The thing is that, you know, like, it would not be fair. I mean, I've said it from the beginning. I don't pull punches. I want you guys to win, but I mean, it wouldn't. It fucking satisfaction in winning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If like
it'd get boring if
you know,
you saved.
It just goes to show
plot armor. It'd get boring.
That's why I said you don't have plot armor.
Yeah, it just goes to show the gods favor JB.
Because JB never does anything dangerous. So heroic.
Now you know what? I don't even like JB, and that's a lie.
That's true. JB does dangerous shit.
Like, to be fair, like
JB has opened many treasure chests and opened doors.
Treasure chest
I
doors.
opened one chest and look what happened.
Well, He's gone around mobs to grab things and then gotten stuck by himself on the other side. Like, he's done some real like dangerous stuff. That doesn't mean he isn't like a shady evil asshole, but
I woke up a Minotaur and aimed him at the enemies.
Right. To say he hasn't done anything dangerous is a little disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, JB has had good luck on the dice.
I don't have a strong weapon, so I can't run headlong into the fights.
Thieves are never meant for that, especially not at higher levels. Because you're not going to have the AC for it. I mean, that's the main thing. Is it's not even the damage you can do, which is not good anyway. But it's you can't. I mean, if you want to be a good thief, you can't wear good armor. You have unless you get like bracers of defense AC 0 or something.
I'm just lucky I got my bracers in my ring.
Need a sword of cutting or something. Just not dismembering people.
And my cloak of invisibility.
Yeah, I mean, but JB has had good luck with dice rolls, and then also, the advantage of being a rogue is you level up really fast, and so you get the hit points, you get all the benefits, the skills, and all that stuff.
With my dex and my tumbling, I'm almost unhittable if I'm just playing defense.
Exactly.
Not as unhittable as Roland. Roland is impossible to hit when he has the shield and tumbling and.
Well, with the shield, Roland can get hit. He just won't feel it.
My highest AC can be -7. That's -3 with one-handed. And do tumbling. That's -7.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, guys, that was fun. Next week is Pete's book club, but in 2 weeks, I think we should be good to go.
Good to go in 2 weeks.
Any reason why not? We can look into it, but maybe everybody will check our schedules and see what's up. Hey, guys, really, I feel so much better. Thank you so much for giving me a little break.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly what I needed. So, I
and you even got to kill a PC.
I don't really think of it like that. I mean, I joke about it,
killing PCs. Come on,
I don't really like PCs dying. Honestly, I mean, I would be crushed right now if JB and Tucktern died. Like, I mean, I love all but I mean, like, they would be like
we're the OGs now.
Yeah,
but I tell you, I'm far more likely to buy the farm than JB.
It's true.
Far more likely.
Yeah, you put yourself in a lot of danger.
I do, and I've almost died so many times. I'm shocked I haven't died yet. I'm shocked.
That's that. Yeah,
I enjoyed that villain. And I enjoyed some of
I like just honestly, I just like just sitting back listening to you guys interact with the villain. It was actually really fun. I mean, I really didn't have anything to do there, which is great because it was fun watching you guys.
He kept pulling Tucktern in though. He's like, "Are you going to let them do this shit?" And in the end, he kind of got his freedom.
Right. Well, the thing is that I didn't care one way or the other with this guy. Tucktern is not as invested in this guy as other people were. And to me, I know what our mission is. Our escape route is to finish the mission. I don't want to leave now. I want to finish, right? We're too deep in, right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So he died, by the way, the voice actor. No, is that for the King of the Hill guy? For Dale. The Dale Gribble voice actor just died.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, so that's where Tucktern's at. So I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, sure. You got the information you want? Let him go. I don't care. I figure something's going to kill him on the way out. If not, he's going to get himself into some trouble later. If not, and we make it out of here, JB already said he's going to murder him. So if JB makes it out of here, he'll probably go hunt the guy down. I'm not worried about that guy.
I'm worried. He's going to kill me. He's going to go.
I'm more worried about the bigger evil.
Roland.
That's the thing. It's like with some of the stuff JB's doing. It's like Tucktern doesn't like it, but there is a bigger evil that's more important. You know what I mean?
I went to XP and stuff, but I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I am the dwarven equivalent of a paladin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not the ethos.
But it doesn't work the same. Ethos is not the same.
Paladin is.
Oh yeah, I'm not like I must slay all evil. No, not at all.
Yeah, undead, and also I refuse to ever fight side by side with somebody who I disagree with. I mean, basically.
Oh no, yeah, I have none of those proclivities, but except for slaying undead, which is one of their big things. So,
which we're on the same page with that.
Yeah. So exactly. So I have bigger fish to fry. I wasn't worried about that squabble. If that's what it took, whatever. It'll sort itself out later.
Rob, if you've not got
JB just thinks,
next week,
JB's got to
enjoy his work. Do you fancy doing some rock? Play rock for change. So, sometime around about 11:30, 12 for an hour.
Yeah, let's talk. I would love to. Rock in New York. I've been it's funny. I'm glad that you brought that up because I've been thinking about him in the last couple of weeks. I've been like, I want to get back to that game. That's really fun.
If you want to invite the other players for a one shot, you want to join? Rob's got like a 5th or 6th level multi-class.
Yeah, he's like level 5, 6, something like that.
If not, if you just want to get a break and just have a sesh, can.
Okay. Quick question for everybody, since everybody's here. I know it's book club week next week, but I generally kind of like booked my Thursday nights just for role playing. So when we're not playing, I'm usually like reading a book, a RPG book of some type on a Thursday night anyway. So if anybody wants to and they're available and they want to hop into Discord or anything, we can go over some preliminary L5R stuff if anybody wants.
5 ring.
Cool.
Yeah, talk clans, talk, the families, kind of set a framework up, that kind of thing. If anybody's interested.
Dope.
I did mean this Thursday for Rob. But it's up to you.
It's all good. Let's
no. Do that thing with you on Thursday. But I'm just saying, generally on Thursday, there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I love that idea. I love that idea. I want to play some 5 rings really bad. I actually added because I think it's based off of that samurai book, like literally called, like the 5 rings or something like that. Or
well, that's a heavy influence.
Yeah. And I put that on my reading list. Like I put it in my Libby, so like for
Gotcha.
Getting it. So I don't know, man. Like I told you, that's like the game for me that I never got to play that I always wanted to play. Like
we're gonna make it happen.
My friends to play it, like nobody would do it, because everybody.
I'd have a wandering Ronnie in like a silk robe with a wakizashi and katana.
So cool, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go. Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for the game.
Later, y'all.
Like I said, it's just what I needed. So take care, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, man. Good luck.